It's been an action-packed day. We've been covering it all the way. High-stakes diplomacy and demonstrations, the most anticipated event of the APEC summit, just wrapping up outside San Francisco. President Biden speaking in the last half hour about his, quote, productive meeting with China's president. Hours earlier, the two shook hands and sat down for their first talks in a year. The leaders spent 4 hours together with a working lunch, and then there you go, a garden stroll at the beautiful Filoli estate in Woodside. A chance to ease tensions and send a message that the global superpowers may be rivals, but are not looking for conflict. The tranquil setting was in contrast to some tense scenes playing out not far from the meeting in Woodside and across San Francisco. Protesters speaking out on various issues, from dueling demonstrations on China to climate change and the war between Israel and Hamas. And they are continuing into the night. And right now, President Biden is heading back into the city to host a VIP welcome reception at the Exploratorium. There is tight security along the Embarcadero. We have seen a lot of police and Secret Service officers in the area. In fact, we have a live picture. The party is for Democratic supporters with a performance by Gwen Stefani. And a stretch of the Embarcadero is closed off to traffic. We'll have a live report in just a minute. But first, we start with Ryan Yamamoto. He's live inside the Moscone Center. He's been there all week with the first comments from President Biden after this very critical meeting with President Xi. And Ryan, the president says they made some real progress.
Yeah, Jules, heading into this high-stakes summit between President Biden and President Xi, a lot of people were wondering whether or not this would be just a formality or anything productive would come out of it. But it looks like the two leaders coming to a deal on two key topics. That is the military and the drug crisis.
The historic handshake in Woodside between President Joe Biden and Chinese President Xi Jinping. Mr. Biden emerging from the talks with a deal done between the two nations on the drug crisis, specifically the deadly drug fentanyl.
With this new understanding, we're taking action to significantly reduce the flow of precursor chemicals and pill presses from China to the Western Hemisphere. It's going to save lives, and I appreciate President Xi's commitment.
The two leaders meeting for only the second time face to face, the Chinese leader acknowledging the tension between the two superpowers.
China-U.S. relationship has never been smooth sailing over the past 50 years or more, and it always faces problems of one kind or another. Yet it has kept moving forward amid twists and turns.
Those talks navigating the delicate topics of national security, the hacking of information and ideas, where the two leaders also making a deal to reopen the lines of communication between the countries' military.
Vital miscalculations on either side can cause real trouble with a country like China or any other major country. And so I think we're made real progress there as well.
Ambassador Robert Holliman, the former deputy trade representative for the United States, talked about that significance.
And certainly that includes, at the most fundamental part, cooperation to avoid an unwanted military conflict are front and center. I think you will see things today that pave the way for better cooperation.
And President Biden also said he and President Xi agreed to work together on artificial intelligence to make that technology safer. Meanwhile, the president's meeting with President Xi comes on the heels of Governor Gavin Newsom's trip to China. So it's no surprise to see the governor very busy here at the APEC summit. You know, the governor was also working today to sit down for a lengthy interview at the CEO summit. The governor mentioned the increasing number of so-called once-in-a-generation climate events and called on other countries to wake up when it comes to climate change.
If you don't believe in science, you have to believe your own eyes. We are the tip of the spear in terms of the impacts of climate change, but also the tip of the spear in terms of the strategies to dramatically change the way we produce and consume energy.
And other speakers at the CEO summit included Dr. Condoleezza Rice, the former Secretary of State and current director of the Hoover Institute at Stanford, along with President Marcos of the Philippines and ExxonMobil CEO Darren Woods. Also happening, Governor Newsom also with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. They did not take any questions from the media, but they also talked about topics they both have in common, both the state and that country. No strangers to the devastation of wildfires. Jules?